Today we're going Big Red. It's the Hard Rock Cafe is completely unaware that they are unofficial sponsor of today's Bedhead Bible Study. So with that, we're going to chapter 3. We have tackled the first two chapters of James, and it's time to dig in more. So hopefully you already tuned there. As again, we're going back to taming the tongue. This is something that was introduced in chapter 1 that James wants to go back and hit again because this is a huge issue for us. And I just love the encouragement that he has here as well as the instruction. So let's dig right in. Verse 1 starts out by saying, "Not many of you should become teachers, my brothers or my sisters, because you know that we who teach will be judged with greater strictness. For we all stumble in many ways, and if anyone does not stumble in what he says, he is a perfect man, also able to bridle his whole body. If we put bits in the mouths of horses so that they obey us, we guide their whole bodies as well. Look at the ships also, that they are so large and are driven by strong winds, they are guided by a very small rudder, wherever the will of the pilot directs. So also the tongue is a small member, yet it boasts a great many things." So earlier we looked at James taking and saying that if you don't control your tongue, then you're betraying your religious spiritual walk. That if you don't bridle your tongue, you deceive your heart, and your religion is worthless. Here he's going a little bit deeper about how far that control of tongue goes within our body. First off, the first verse, and I don't want to skip this, and we talk about it at different times, but it really is all in the same paragraph, but it says, be a little cautious if you want to be a teacher, if you want to be a facilitator, if you want to be a leader, because you will be judged harsher than your casual Christian layman. Now again, don't take it wrong. All of us are ministers of the Word of God, so we're all going to be held accountable. But if you desire and you feel like you're made or you're called to pastor or to teach, you're taking on some excess because you're now taking on the responsibility for others that are within you. So if that's the case, even raise that bar a little bit about how you control your tongue and how you treat others and what kind of decisions you make within your life. But here it's talking about that we all have problems. We all stumble. We're not perfect men. We're not perfect women. Only Jesus was. But we got to get our heads around the concept that if I control my tongue, I control a lot more than just what I'm saying. That like the rudder on the ship, like I talked about in chapter 1, or like a bit on a horse, when you're riding that horse, both of those things can get out of control. Both of those things can cause a lot of damage. But being controlled properly, they also have a lot of power for good. They also can do great work. They can do great achievements. And so when we bridle our tongue properly, in other words, when we give our heart to the Lord, which controls our tongue, then it's able to control us in a lot of ways. Think about how much trouble you've gotten yourself in the past because you were shooting off at the mouth. Think about relationships that have been damaged in your life because you or someone else did not control what they were saying to somebody else. Think about how often people come and say, look, I just want to apologize for what I said yesterday. I don't really feel that way. And then you're sitting there thinking, I appreciate the apology, but if you don't feel that way, you wouldn't have said it. There's a truth to it. When we don't control ourselves, our heart shines through. And we are revealed, and oftentimes for the sinful, self-focused ways that we think and the way that we reach out or the way that we lash out. So here there's something really strong to think about when it comes to the small member that boasts of many great things. It can get you into a lot of trouble. It can destroy your witness, or it can build others up, and it can let Jesus shine through your life. Again, when I'm talking about the tongue for our day and age, look at your social media. Is it matching up to what you want to portray about yourself as a Christian? Or are you shooting out a Bible verse on Tuesday and Wednesday some anger, ranting about some kind of political something or other, and then you're back to a Bible verse again? You're tearing down somebody and then you're trying to build up Jesus. It doesn't work that way. People see the hypocrisy in your life, and you're turning people away from Christ. And you're shortcutting yourself from some great relationships and great opportunities to be Christ in the life of others. All of it comes back to our tongue, controlling it as we shape our heart so that we can have the fullness of God. Think about this a little bit. We're going to go deeper into it tomorrow, but think about this a little bit. What trouble has your tongue gotten you into recently and over the years? When has others hurt you because they did not control their tongues? And what was really behind those moments? And how could it have played out different if we actually stopped, listened, let God lead, and let him have his way? Thank you, guys. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Be blessed.